roster. Now, I've seen a lot of Bronny content going around the NBA. And honestly, a lot of it has been the stuff I've been seeing has been nuts. Like people try to portray him as this great basketball player. If he will ever be a great basketball player, he's not there yet. He has had good runs in the G League, but he hasn't had a good run yet on the NBA floor. Now, I've said plenty of times I think that he will shine once he's away from LeBron. I think LeBron is what's holding him back. But I think if he ends up on a team where he's away from LeBron, maybe once LeBron retires, I think then we'll actually see like the true Bronny. But real quick, we're gonna react to this video and make sure you guys jump in the comments below how you guys feel about Bronny. I will say Bronny played okay in the game when they played Denver. He did hit a 3 over Jokic, which was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, but Jokic doesn't even play defense, so that was kind of a gimme. But let's react to this. Let's check it out, and we'll see.
2 for 9, you know what I mean? Had 5 turnovers. What we did.
Somebody on Twitter said he had a 7 days of Christmas stat line. 6 points, 5.
I know we ain't supposed to.
He's an influencer playing basketball.
Call him an influencer.
That's what Gilbert Arenas said that.
When it comes to Bronny James and his so-called NBA journey, we've known 3 things since the jump. First off, this dude is not an NBA player. That's clear to everyone. The second thing, the only reason this guy was drafted was his dad, LeBron James, Clutch Sports, and his entire media enterprise. And last thing we all know, the media, insiders, they prop Bronny James up at every single turn to
And
make
that's
things
literally
seem legit. And on the
That's literally what I was saying. They're literally covering for Bronny. They're giving him so many excuses when he's had so much playtime. Like the thing is, like even when they played him in the recent games, like versus Denver, because they're missing a lot of their guys, so they finally gave Bronny some rotation minutes. I thought in Denver, I'm like, okay, maybe he's gonna go off, at least drop 15. No, he hit 1 3, the crowd went crazy. After that, he went what? I think he went 1 for 5 from 3. I mean, the media's covering for him crazy, bro. Just because it's LeBron's son. And LeBron, you're the one who brought Bronny to the Lakers. You forced him into the NBA. Come on.
the up and up. Until the year 2025, the NBA was a serious league and a serious business. As every year prior to this one, the best player on the roster and the worst player on the roster had to earn their roster spot off their own merits. In 2025, all that changed, as now someone like Bronny James can get drafted to boost LeBron's morale and motivate him to play better.
If the Lakers can use the 55th pick on Bronny James and get a more engaged LeBron this year, I don't care if it's a single-digit percentage more engaged LeBron, it's a good investment.
You also have to take into consideration the fact that LeBron James is his father, and LeBron James is still playing, and LeBron James is about to approach free agency.
Even the biggest LeBron fan, biggest Bronny fan, they've at least met Bronny James when drafted off his own merits and production in college or even high school. And that right there, that's the biggest problem. This guy took the golden escalator to the top, skipped 2, 3, 4, even 5 steps to be a legit NBA player. And look, in regards to the NBA, yes, owners, GMs, they hand out jobs here and there to sons, daughters, cousins, people they know have connections with. But that right there, that's the NBA business, nepotism in the front office and in other areas. This right here was nepotism on the actual basketball court. And how absurd people have gotten nowadays, they're justifying that act when in any other area, they'd be totally against it. The biggest misstep, miscalculation Clutch Sports made was thinking they could pull strings behind the scenes to get Bron in the NBA when he not deserve it, and it wouldn't piss off anybody. If you want to piss off everybody, what do? You get someone in a position they're not qualified to be in and didn't earn on their own merit. Want to piss off everyone? Go ahead and do that. So right there, Bronny from the jump, already at a big time disadvantage, not earning a spot in the NBA. And look, I'll give Bronny some benefit of the doubt. Your dad's LeBron James. Do you really have a say what you do, what you don't do? Honestly, I don't think so. Could he have gone back to college? Yeah, he probably should have. But when your dad's LeBron James wants to play with you, as said numerous times, he will play with his son. At that point, you don't have much choice. So in that regards, Bronny James, I do kind of feel sympathy. But on the other hand, you're a grown man, professional basketball player. Your journey's in your own hands at the end of the day.
You can act like a man! What's the matter with you?
And that right there is another big time point. Bronny James isn't a child in middle school playing pee-wee basketball. This guy is a grown adult in the NBA. If you're not ready for that pressure, that criticism, go back to college, don't play basketball. Like many pro athletes have said, no professional, how good or how bad, is above criticism. Doesn't matter your last name, your first name, your connections. If you play bad, people have the right to criticize you and call you out. And that right there, it's a big time problem. If Bronny James was 0-6 shooting, has 3 turnovers, don't say anything, be quiet.
Hold up, wait. I was looking at his stats and I'm not even peeping. 1.6 points per game, 25% from the field, 20% from 3. Holy moly. LeBron, why did you do this? Why?
Wow. And that right there, it's a big time problem. If Bronny James was 0-6 shooting, has 3 turnovers, don't say anything, be quiet, he's just a kid. Again, this guy's been coddled, sheltered, and treated kid gloves by the majority of the media, especially ESPN. He's kind of the only player in NBA history to be protected in a bubble as a professional athlete. And looking at someone like Stephen A. Smith, a quote-unquote Bronny hater, he's been more than fair, more than willing to give Bronny James the benefit of the doubt in nearly all respects. But he had one comment that, just crossed the line, was too critical, LeBron James couldn't stand for. In the LeBron-Stephen A. Smith confrontation, I think both guys came out looking like absolute doofuses. LeBron James' mid-game confronting guy was an AARP card. That's kind of a weak look, LeBron James.
I agree with that. They both came out looking like weirdos. Stephen A. Smith took a complete 360, 180, changed his whole personality, and then LeBron was just trying to sit there and look like the tough guy when it's like, LeBron, nobody sees you that way. You're not DeRozan. You're not like one of these dudes in the NBA that actually came from the hood. Like the kid from Akron, come on, bro, stop.
Want to make a power play move, make a spectacle, make a viral moment to demean Stephen A. Smith. Now, Stephen A. Smith also not innocent. This guy in the moment really did nothing, just kind of stood there and took it. And the next day on ESPN was almost bashful, reserved, just kind of, LeBron, I'm sorry, he's a father. And then 2 days later on Sean and Haney Gilbert Arenas, puffing his chest out, what LeBron James did was weak, playing the tough guy role. This Stephen A. Smith, we all know he's not.
And that's what I was saying. He took a complete 360, dude. Like I never liked Stephen A. Smith. Sometimes he does say the correct things, but sometimes he is not like us.
Come on.
And one last thing I do want to hit on, when it comes to ESPN just pushing Bronny James too hard in the public, last night's a perfect example. Bronny versus the Nuggets got some minutes in the first half, had a decent first quarter, scoring 5 points. In that first quarter, he had 1 3-point bucket, 2 free throws. After that 1 bucket, ESPN posted this.
That's what I was talking about. That's exactly what I was talking about. These outlets were posting on him like he had one good highlight and that means that he had a great game. No, because once you get into the fine print, what do you see? 1 for 5 from 3. Like, he missed hella shots tonight, bro, and this was his night to do something, like to like stamp himself in the NBA, bro. Like, he has to be more aggressive. He's not aggressive at all. He's either in the corner or like he'll try to push it to the basket every now and then. Like, he's really athletic. Like, he should be driving like Anthony Edwards, but I don't know, bro. He needs trainers, like trainers. I don't know. Get away from LeBron, bro.
That right there is kind of Exhibit A why fans dislike Bronny James and the media pushing him so hard. This guy had 1 bucket in 1 NBA game, went 1 for 5, got a post, a highlight, and said, Bronny is locked in. The dude went 1 for 5, had 5 points, and his team lost. If you look at ESPN's Twitter handle last night, they had 4 separate posts about the NBA. 2 of them were Lakers, one of which was Bronny James, the other was Tatum the Celtics, and the Cavs win streak. The only single player got a highlight posted last night was Bronny James.
Outrageous.
To show you guys how pathetic that is, how lousy that is, last night in the NBA, besides the Lakers game, 161 players played at least 10 minutes. Out of those players, 143 of them scored at least 5 points. Out of those 143 players, only Bronny James got a tweet from ESPN. So
And this is like off the record, but I think they do this on purpose, just for the drama. They know there's going to be a bunch of drama, a bunch of media, a bunch of people that's going to react to it. The ratings, the numbers, the storylines, like this is definitely done on purpose.
you see that right
The glaze
there,
is
not
crazy.
Bronny's
The
fault per
glaze.
se, doesn't work for ESPN, but ESPN pushing Bronny so hard makes people reject him instinctually. And like I said earlier, when someone doesn't earn their spot, earn their place, that person already at a massive disadvantage. And when a big-time media entity like ESPN pushes that person again and again and again when they don't deserve it, that makes a lot of fans, including myself, go sour on Bronny James and make the entire NBA seem like a reality show. So that right there is the end of the video, and I'll say one last thing regarding the NBA media, and specifically Bronny James. When you look at ESPN, who are the prominent figures, talking heads, that are on TV 24/7? Of course, guys like Stephen A. Smith, Richard Jefferson, Kendrick Perkins, Shannon Sharp, a lot of pro-LeBron figures in high places. Out of all those figures, only one of them was mildly critical of Bronny James, and that was Stephen A. Smith. As of course, guys like Jefferson, Perkins, Shannon Sharp, even a Brian Windhorst, can't really be critical of Bronny James because of their connection to LeBron James. When guys like Channing Frye, Richard Jefferson to the NBA media, they're too critical. They're not talking about ESPN, Fox Sports, the mainstream talking heads. What they're talking about is independent voices on YouTube, as well as social media. As of course, when it comes to the Bronny thing, the mainstream sports networks have been calling us out from the jump. People like myself and others have been doing that. When you're told over and over again, something's historic, it's meaningful, this player earned their spot, they deserve this, when everyone knows they don't, at that point you're pandering, sucking up, and flat out lying to the public and every NBA fan. Guys like myself, we see through that, but a large chunk of NBA fans don't want to buck the narrow feathers or come off as a hater of Bronny James. As always, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it.
So yeah, I mean, pretty much they cope for Bronny so much, and it's crazy. Out of all the players in the NBA, I mean, you got Shy, you got Edwards. Well, Edwards has a bunch of crazy controversy going on, but I mean, dude, there's so many stars in the NBA, and these guys want to talk about one highlight from one game that he really didn't even play that good in, and it kind of sucks for Bronny, that he's thrusted in this position, you know. When your father is a player like LeBron James and you're thrusted into that stratosphere and you're not even on that level, I mean, I can't even imagine the type of pressure that he faces every night. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. How do you guys feel about Bronny James? Do you think that eventually he'll get adjusted into the NBA and then he'll actually start performing up to the bar, the standard? Or do you guys think that he's cooked? He's just like, he's gonna be like a G League legend, like break G League records. But yeah, hop in the comments, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. It's your boy KIDSTATIIC. See you on the next video.